Arrived at the store at 10:02 p.m. only to be greeted by no one. I understand that the store is closed, but that's a Target problem. Need better drive-up employees.
Okay, so it's 10:02 p.m. and you know that the store is closed, but there's a Target problem that no one is there to greet you. I don't know what to say. The store's closed. What do you expect is going to happen?
Out of all the locations of Tierra Mia that I've been to, the Pico Rivera location has been the worst. I will never come back. If I'm asking for no water on my Americano, what's so damn hard to understand? But instead the baristas start arguing with me. Really?
Okay, I'm not a big coffee person, but from what I understand, isn't an Americano just the coffee and the water? So what did they want, just ground coffee beans?
Tip 0. Here's the real tip. Don't tell customers' kids. Don't do that.
Call me a skeptic, but I doubt the kids were doing advanced mathematics here. I'm guessing the kids were probably climbing on or touching something they shouldn't be. And if it's their property, the staff have the right to tell them, hey, don't do that.
Terrible service. Very condescending. Cakes were dry and unpalatable. Coffee was cold. Do not recommend this place.
Wait, so you don't recommend this place, or you're telling other people, do not recommend this place? Response from the owner. Hey gay, we thought you might write a bad review, but when your partner takes a cupcake off the wall, removes the topper, licks it, then places the licked topper back on the wall, we had to ask him to bring his licked topper and now dirty wall case to the front counter so that we could throw it out for him. We like to keep our store clean and would hate if one of the other customers went to pick up that cupcake case and got a handful of your partner's licked topper. A pretty awkward encounter for everyone involved, really. I don't even know how a situation like this begins. And how you could call this terrible service. Like, you expect that to be the kind of thing you could do there? 9/11 Memorial and Museum.
I'm disappointed in the lack of whimsy. The subject of 9/11 is depressing enough, and this establishment does little to lighten the mood. Will not be returning.
Well, we're all supposed to be like singing a song and dance at 9/11 Memorial and Museum? Order a Greek salad. They are lazy and they cut all the tomato, onion, and cucumber in a small piece with a machine cutter. And it makes it hard to eat the salad, and taste is not as good as when they slice. When I asked the waiter why he said is easy and I can bring you a spoon, real? Eat salad with a spoon! Yes, eat salad with a spoon. I mean, he still gave 3 stars, that's not too bad.
I almost had an allergic reaction here, and it was their fault. My family and I ordered the butter chicken here, and the waiters nor the chefs told us that it was a cashew-based. Nor did it say it was on the menu. Keep in mind, I'm allergic to cashews. When I was eating it, I noticed that my mouth was tingling, and I started gagging out of nowhere. My family asked them if there was nuts in there, and they casually just said yes. Please realize, I am very allergic to cashews, and I only took 2 bites, and that was the symptoms that were happening. If I took more bites, then I for sure would be rushed to the hospital. A little advice for the workers in that place. If your customers is ordering something that has nuts in it, it is your obligation to give them a warning that it has nuts in it or write it in your menu.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think having allergy information for your customers is pretty vital, otherwise you'll lose customers who might be able to eat there and then don't. But it's still your responsibility to check to make sure, hey, this thing I'm ordering, does it have these allergens in it?
The food itself was good, but the biggest disappointment came with dessert. I had discreetly told the waiter that it was my girlfriend's birthday and that she loved creme brulee. I didn't explicitly order it, I just mentioned it, assuming, as most nice restaurants do, that they might do something special for her. The waiter simply acknowledged it and then said he had another great surprise for her. A few minutes later, he dropped off spoons at our table, but without a dessert. This completely ruined the surprise because my girlfriend naturally asked what was going on. If he had brought the dessert out himself, it would have been fine. But instead, I was left to awkwardly explain. When the creme brulee arrived, it was delicious. But the so-called great surprise turned out to be a tiny, underwhelming French dessert that wasn't good at all. To top it off, when the check arrived, I was charged for the creme brulee. So unless I had explicitly ordered it, the only complimentary birthday gesture would have been that tiny, unimpressive dessert. For a restaurant of this caliber, this felt cheap and unfair.
Yes, you expecting a free dessert, and they're the cheap ones, even though they actually gave you something for free.
Overall, the experience was extremely disappointing. Poor service, bad handling of special occasions.
I didn't know that was like a category you put with restaurants, like
Bad handling of special occasions, and a lack of attention to detail. Went back for brunch on September 22nd, 2024. I'm very disappointed I ordered scrambled eggs. Well done. I received half scrambled terrible eggs with white egg. I told the waitress when she came to remove the plates, and she was a bit defensive. All of a sudden, she came back to the table with more eggs. She said I ordered them hard. We did not discuss it, nor had silverware as it had been removed, and I did not expect it to be reserved. I asked her, because it was a waste, was there a cat she could feed it to? She left, and here comes the manager, claiming she was crying in the kitchen. She spoke over me and was very arrogant. I said I did not understand why she was crying. Was it her time of the month?
oh dude, you didn't. Oh dude.
He called me sexist and berated me as a client. Not very professional. I'll not go back.
Owner blank, manager blank, very arrogant man. Wow, you named and shamed, buddy. With your 2 stars, what was it? You gave him an extra star. Was it because like they gave you the half scrambled?
Yeah, well, they did half of it. Don't go with nut allergy. I visited Florence with a friend who has a nut allergy. She has had an allergy all her life and is very mindful of it. We ordered truffle cream ravioli, a dish which is not reasonable to question if there are nuts in it, especially considering there were other dishes that had walnut in the title. One bite and her throat began to tingle and swell. Pistachios! Pistachios! When I confronted the waiter that this easily could have led to a death in their restaurant, he told me it was our fault. He was arguing with me as my friend was in need of medical attention. Mid-argument, she needed to leave to go throw up in the bathroom. The allergy warning was on the last page of the menu. Accidents happen, but their reaction was 100% unacceptable. Avoid this place at all costs.
Again, with the allergies. Some of the dishes had walnut in the title, probably because that's the title of the dish. Not every single ingredient needs to be in the title of the dish. Otherwise it'd be like 20 words long.
Warning, will kill dogs contains xylitol. I actually like the toothpaste, but I have several pet peeves in life, and this is one of them. We humans love our dogs, and we share just about everything with them. And even I, as a veterinarian, was about to use this one on the best dog on the planet. My most beloved companion, my protector, my favorite dog ever. I know you're not supposed to have favorites. Note, I've had a lot of dogs over the years, so this one is beyond special. Anyway, to my point, this stuff tastes great. My dog eats just about anything, and I'm sure she'd love me brushing her teeth with it. But it has xylitol in it. Xylitol will cause a fatal hypoglycemia in dogs, followed by liver failure if they survive the hypoglycemia. To make things worse, Amazon covered up the ingredients with a sticker that was impossible to nearly get off. So I had to search online for ingredients and flowery back to my label to confirm it. I think one of these days a slick lawyer is going to rake these folks over to the hot coals for not putting huge warnings on all products that contain xylitol or any other thing that will kill your dog or make them very sick.
Alright, so their argument is this stuff tastes great and my dog eats just about anything. Are they eating this toothpaste and then sharing it with their dog? I mean... No one's supposed to eat toothpaste. Like humans or dogs, no one's supposed to eat it. That's bad. That's a bad thing to do. Right? You spit out the toothpaste.
I have used blank for many years, but as of today, I'll never use it again.
I was in the blank outlet when I was pounced upon asking if I needed assistance. I'm sure I don't look frail or infirm. I was discussing with my husband how old our granddaughter was and whether or not to get her a number on her card. We didn't need to be pounced upon, and as the people in the shop don't know my granddaughter, they couldn't have been much help. I like to shop in peace. Leave me alone when shopping. If I need help, I will ask. Not good customer service to pounce on people, minding their own business. As I said, I will never use blank again.
Guaranteed this is the same person that if they were walking around the shop thinking, oh, I could do with some help right about now, and no one approached them, they would have the same complaint.
I was walking around the shop and nobody came to help me. Terrible customer service.
Yes, I know I said 1 star. I do not like the color yellow, so I always rate 1 star so that there is less of it on my screen. This is a positive review, not a bad review. Rating 1 star to prevent yellow. Thank you. This has to be a troll post. It's pretty funny though. Golden Gate Bridge. First of all, it wasn't even golden. I got my hopes up and I was extremely disappointed. When we walked across the bridge, it was freezing, raining, and there was even wind. We were told it would be a great experience, but it was rather underwhelming. There was too much water around us, just daring us to fall in. I felt incredibly threatened. And then, when I tried to file a complaint or talk to the bridge's manager, they just laughed at me. I did not feel welcome, and my day was ruined. Do better, San Francisco. Very strict in their schedule, and our €18 were wasted. We get that we were late for an hour, but there should be at least some sort of alternative such as rescheduling or a small amount of refund. We were late at Sagrada Familia too, but they still let us in. Italian tourist staff are the worst. Yeah, I think maybe being an hour late is more on you. What exactly do you want a refund for? I'm tired of people like you shoving religion down my throat by telling me to have a blessed day. Tip 0. Even if you don't believe in God and the notion of God blessing you, wouldn't you at least acknowledge that the person is trying to wish you well? If you weren't so insecure in your unbelief, the words that they use to wish you well wouldn't matter to you. Children ruined the experience for me. The zoo is perfect on a weekday, early and you can't go wrong, but never go on a Sunday. There were kids everywhere. A terrible day was had as each animal I tried to see was obscured by children who were loud and always talking. Also, they were very selfish as they hogged the windows and wouldn't let others see anything. Any sense of contemplation and enjoyment and romance was ruined by an endless succession of brats who went out of their way to be seen and heard. In fairness, it is not the zoo's fault, and it will be a great visit in summer months. But go when it's a weekday. Great experience ruined by children. Perhaps a child-free day would be on the cards in the future, or ban them altogether.
Yes, just ban children. They just can't exist anymore. Not at zoos. Probably the people who'd most want to see animals. Children. Let's just ban children from zoos.
The worst restaurant in Miami. Overpriced food and low quality. For tandoori dishes, they use red or orange colorant. Berg 65 is disgusting chicken under the bunch of Chinese-style sauce. Masala chai is just regular black tea with milk. Not authentic. Save your health and your money.
You were recently fired from job for poor service, and a lot of complaints from our guests.
The truth comes out. What a major disappointment. Brought my 2 girls here, 6 and 9. We had it promised for a few weeks. When you go in and you have to top up a card to use there, it really took all the fun out of the games. The girls love using coins to put in the machines. But here you have to tap the card? So bizarre, not fun at all. The machines that push coins out as you push coins in, or even tap. So they were no fun at all. I'd never return here until coin machines were brought back, as it makes a massive difference. The kids hated it.
Yes, because the most fun part of playing an arcade machine is putting the coin in. Granted, it's a little exciting to do that. But surely the actual machine that you're playing, the game that you're playing, is the thing that's the most fun? That's the thing you're looking forward to? You're like, let's go to an arcade machine and put coins in the slot.
1 star. Never been to this place. Wash my own car at home.
The best car wash owner. Awesome. It's like, why? You're just gonna leave 1-star reviews at places you've never been to? It's like, well, I've never been here, so I'm just gonna assume it's terrible until I actually go. The question is, how does he rate his own car washing at his house?